Hey guys, sorry about that. I had some technical difficulties. I know you're shocked that I had technical difficulties.
Junior, stop rubbing the microphone. Good, you just turned off my computer a second ago. I was
Oh, for
stepping
the
on the
love of...
keyboard.
that sounds about cat-like.
And now you see his anus.
Well,
Okay,
that
stay
also
there.
sounds about cat-like.
And me like.
Pretty much. All right, so I'm pulling up the affidavit. I had all this stuff pulled up and ready to go, and then I had to frickin' turn it all off because apparently computers just freaking hate me. I do like how now that it is all done and over with, we get to see the probable cause affidavit and all the other stuff
Yeah.
for Letisha Stauch, which is nice. I just have to re-find it again because
Of course.
of course I do. So you guys, we are going to look at some of the, I think they did, what is it? The jury instruction.
I know they talked about it, but I don't think they went into it. I could be
Oh, well, that explains some of the stuff. Okay, where is the doggone probable cause affidavit?
Affidavit?
Now, yeah, I have it, or I had it just, I swear to goodness, today has been all the just ridiculousness of all the ridiculousness. And I'm sure, oh, there we go. I found it on Scribed. So that's that. And then I've got the Richard Allen here. Because I really want people to read how absolutely totally different they are from each other. It is insane, the difference between... Thank you very much. Are you drinking a Bud Light?
No. Orange juice.
With what?
I plead the fifth.
Same. There might be some wine that I'm really... Why does everything have to have sugar in it that's good?
I know.
So let's see what they did end up talking about towards the end here. So are we betting that Lunch Lady Hall Monitor is...
Was this from the other day?
No, this is from today.
Oh, okay.
So I basically streamed from noon until 4 at 1.25 speed. I got through Bill and then the rebuttal witness.
Okay.
Which I don't think a lot of good came out of the rebuttal witness. I'm just throwing that out there. Well, there's only one.
There's only one?
Yeah, it was so it wasn't baby cop, it was middle brother cop.
Okay. She was talking like she had 4.
I think she feels confident. You could tell with the little smirk kind of that she did when Bill was answering questions that she feels like it's obvious that, she's right and
You
that...
think so?
Either that or she does not. She gives 2 shits in a handbasket.
I love Mo's life.
They're shut the door. My youngest and my middle son love each other like your cats love each other. Like they're best friends one minute, the next it's like it's an all-out cage fight. So he's like, he's copying me, and I said, stop, just both of you. This is a huge house. I mean, it is old. It is 1970s, but it was built with 7 children in mind. There are places if you wanted to, get away from your pesky little brother, you just do it.
Back on the record.
No. We do not.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, there's
Holy
a few
Jesus.
things I need to let you be aware of. You may remember there
has
was a question
he has
regarding how
been
long it may
napping.
have taken to get from
No, I think
one
he had a
seat
few
to
shots over
another, and there
lunch.
may have been an implication that a certain officer may have timed it. That officer did not testify, so I'm directing that be stricken.
Oh, yeah.
For that.
Okay, which one
All
was
of the
that? That was
exhibits
the
that
one
have
that
been
didn't
identified have been
sequester?
received by the court.
I'm not
All
sure which off.
testimony
She
in.
said,
The
I just
lawyers
caught
and I have some
a brief part of it, but she said
legal work we need to
that an
take
officer was
care
going to
of.
testify to
It
bolster
takes a
something
while.
during
I
cross,
don't
Ah,
want you sitting
and
there
she never called the officer.
necessarily. It's a nice day. We are going
seems
to
about
release
right
you
for this
for today.
prosecutor.
Yeah.
And if you would
And the
come back
defense, of course,
in the
caught it.
morning, we will get the case to you, and you will be able to deliberate by hopefully noon or
Well,
so
the
tomorrow.
defense
But
seems good at
thank you
catching
for all
things,
your
and this
attention to the
prosecution
case.
seems
We
like
really
now I
appreciate it.
kind of understand the
See
half-hearted,
you tomorrow morning
half-assed
at 9.
Yeah.
Yeah,
kind
now
of stuff.
take your notebook into the jury room. That's a good idea.
Yay! Thank you for staying up either incredibly early or incredibly late or just right, since I don't do math and I don't do time zones.
Oh, what the hell did he just do with his mouth? Holy crap.
You know, now I'm beginning to think that, like the other people, that smile thing is him adjusting his dentures.
Okay. I really need to start talking nice because I love the guy and I really want to try to interview him, but I can't
I
be insulting
no.
him.
Here's the thing. I mean, we have to baseline admit a couple truths, okay? If we met Bill just out and about, he gives off a little bit of the creepy factor. He
Well,
just does.
especially if he hasn't shaved.
Yeah, and that stare that just looks like it's going right through your body. But having gotten to know him from his talking,
Yes.
he seems like a super cool guy. And I wanna, I
I
want an
want him to be my best
explanation.
friend.
I want an explanation on this throuple thing because I don't get it. Yeah, she really the very last of my nerves. I'm hoping she doesn't do or the closing statements, but I know she's gonna do.
She's going to do the rebuttal, I'm almost sure.
Of course she is. Well, you know what?
Oh.
Excited. I will get with you on David's Discord. I have been somewhat slacking on my getting out of my comfort zone thing, so I will definitely accept your offer of help. I need to make sure I have actual Photoshop instead of fake Photoshop.
Hey.
You have fake photo? What's fake Photoshop?
Well, like I think
GIMP
I have the free kind that
or
the
Inkscape.
for
Oh, no,
heaven's sake, what did I do?
Pay.
You
So
know,
Well,
here's
that's
the
what
thing. You can get an Adobe package. So I have Adobe through my work because I do a lot of PDF stuff and modifying of PDFs and doing a lot of things like that.
fancy.
So I just increased the package, but I think you can get a package
Pricing.
for. I
we're
increased my
5 years
package.
old.
I increased my package. But you can
As you
get
do.
just Photoshop with some cool editing features. Because when I got my daughter the big iPad, I got her a Adobe account so she could do all this Photoshop stuff.
Oh, cool.
What I
Yeah.
suggest,
There's like a bunch of different versions.
yeah, what I suggest is if you have a family member who's in college, get them to send you a picture of their school ID.
Yep, you could get a college.
I do have a family member.
Cousins or whatever.
Hey, y'all, look, overbreeding is helping me now. So y'all joke.
Hey,
but
Dave. Umburger.
Hey, Murph.
Umbarger.
So I may have got a copy of Corel Draw in Minecraft from because a family member was in college.
I have the Corel Video Studio that Mr. Mo bought me, and I can barely use it. Well, he got me professional. He didn't get me dummy anything.
Oh.
I think he's very confused as to my level of skills.
I've been watching somebody today. I don't know. Dylan, I think is his name.
Oh.
He's funny. He's interesting. He's got a jury verdict now. So I was just informing him. The court called me and gave me a heads up that the jury has a verdict.
For which?
Oh.
What is the case that he was covering? I don't even know what it is. I didn't watch any of it. But anyways, I was just messing around with everyone in the chat.
So
they have a
y'all,
verdict.
if you want to start scouring your local, live broadcast court cases for the crazy ones, we will be done with this case probably. Well, we could still have it on Monday. We could still be on trial or verdict watch.
I'm streaming against you on Monday, Mo.
Dueling
Nah,
streams,
Bastard. Jamie.
banjos, and Oh, those are cute. I love your new
Can you hear me?
headphones. Yes.
No,
I got a little.
I can't hear you.
She's
I got
still
a
Sal,
unsure about her microphone.
Are you muted?
Yeah. No.
she's not muted. You are such a.
You. I'm gonna kick your ass.
I know.
Everyone
Seriously.
just pretend you can't hear Jamie.
I hate you guys. Stop it. I got this new setup and I'm
They
trying to.
match. They're so cute.
You see it? Look.
Well,
Yeah.
compliment
look,
your eye color.
Rose gold.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know. Sal was saying that they didn't get to jury instructions this afternoon, but I wanted to make sure because apparently I missed a piece of
I'm not 100%.
something. I'm not quite sure, but the sooner I never have to hear Lunch Lady again is going to be awesome.
Lunch lady and lunch box. They're made for each other.
I mean, she went full on Binger. I could not believe it.
Yeah. And she was really bitchy when they were talking about the rebuttal witnesses yesterday at the end of the day.
Who? Oh, the prosecutor.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
And apparently she resigned under a cloud of
We are obviously on the record outside the
Suspectedness.
presence of the jury.
Everyone, cash app
While
Jamie so she can afford a
we were
ring
in
light.
recess, counsel
Yes.
Do I need a
pointed
ring light?
out-
I have a
Does someone want
light
to see your
that I-
face back?
Okay, guys, mods, you guys have the magical, like all the linky stuff. If you can put that in my chat, that would be awesome. Thank you, mods. David, do your job.
Me?
You're a mod.
Yes,
Oh,
mod.
am I? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
but I'm
you
not a
whined
mod.
about not
God.
being a
We
mod.
need
I
Wendy
made you a
H
mod.
because I don't even know what Jamie's cash app is.
I would know what it is if I was a mod.
Y'all, I am not even changing things midstream. I already put myself in twice in one stream and had an echo. No, ma'am, no, sir.
You should know what it is.
Opportunity to discuss some concepts about jury instruction in chambers.
David has lost.
I will be preparing the instructions and providing them to counsel either later today or first thing in the morning. However, I think there are some that we need to make a record on at this time. Ms. Isherwood, you are asking for, I believe, 1014.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Which
Now,
is
David,
first degree
quick question.
and second
Are
degree
the
with
jury instructions like a federal thing, or does every state have different numbers?
Oh, every
and
state.
all that
No, every
jazz?
state has their own. Every state absolutely has their own. I've gone through the Michigan jury instructions. If you go back to my stream about the cops having obligations to do stuff. No. The Megan Imowitz case. Imowitz. Yeah. You could see. I don't even know what stream it is, but you could see me go through them and how they work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's how they work. But each state is different. They have their own.
I figured as much because it would be, complicated and such. I am going to find this chair, and when I get to like 2,000 subscribers, I'm buying this chair.
a self-defense instruction.
And the self-defense would include 805, 810, and 815.
And the 815 paragraphs 1 and 2.
Yes.
And you have no objection to that?
Oh, is that
Mr.
the
Hogan?
Scott Peterson
No
trial?
objection to that.
And just for the record, my request is just.
I don't know. I tried with the Peterson trial. If this woman was shady and used emotional ploys, that particular team dragged victims up and made them relive the most terrible day of their lives. And that is altogether scummy to me.
Yeah.
It's the
So-
Colorado
okay.
Joel Holendorfer or something like that.
I don't remember him.
It, yeah.
There's so many cases. I don't know.
Paragraph 1.
Paragraph 1, but I'm going to give 2 of 8. That's of 815 being inserted. And then, Mr. Hogan, you were asking for 717, and you are objecting at 772. Excuse me, the accident instruction, and you are objecting, Ms. Isherwood.
Yes, that's correct.
But I will give 772.
Okay, so David, I know this is kind of what they tried to do with the Kim Potter trial. They both wanted the accident and the self-defense because it was a situation in which, in theory, you could act in self-defense,
Yeah.
but she made an accident or she made a mistake. Is that kind of what we're going with here?
Yes, that's what it sounds like.
It was
Which
hard
would-
to argue.
Which would negate. Wait, he's charged with intentional, right? First degree.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. So that would negate the whole intentional first degree. But is there an alternative? Look at the fucking judge. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. Just looking at
Oh
his
no,
face.
it's okay. I swear to God, he just looks like Snuffleupagus, and I'm just expecting him to tell Big Bird something in a sad voice.
So the I wasn't listening to it because I was reading something, but
It's okay.
they're asking for a jury instruction saying basically if it was an accident, then you can't find intent. Is that what they're?
It looks like they're putting in both the self-defense instruction and the accident instruction over state's objection for the accident.
Well, accident would be
Yeah.
reckless, wouldn't it?
Yeah, an accident would be reckless, or I mean, it could be reckless, it could be gross negligence, it could be anything other than intent, right? If it's an accident, then it's intent.
Yeah.
The state's objecting to it, but they're putting it in.
Yeah.
So that's a huge win for the defense.
And I don't believe there are lesser and includeds in the charging documents. I could be very wrong about this. Murph knows more than I do.
There's I mean, this judge could be good. I haven't watched a lot of the judge's comments. The way he looks.
He really hasn't spoken up. He's kind of told he almost had a "don't get brazen with me" moment because the state, it seems, ill prepared. Now, this makes sense because I believe in the last stream we were told that she resigned in 2000. I want to say 17, maybe, or
No,
2020.
2022.
2022 under a cloud of
The prosecutor?
yeah, under a cloud of accusations. She was cleared of the accusations,
Okay.
but she's come back for this trial. I don't know how any of this is working.
David said usually once the jury is selected, the option to decrease the charge goes out the window. Guilty or not guilty. So what I mean by that is once the jury has been seated, the opportunity for the state to amend the charges. Like right now, they're charging him with first-degree murder. And before the jury is actually seated and charged with their duty, before the trial starts, essentially, they could say, all right, well, we want to add an added count of second degree or involuntary manslaughter or something like that. But now this far into the trial, they can't do that. But what they can do, what the defense is doing, it sounds like, is the defense is saying, because you didn't add this additional charge, we want a jury instruction that says, hey, jury, if you find this was an accident, then you must acquit because it's not intentional. That's the instruction they're talking about right here? Right?
That's what I believe is happening. I am trying to stay on it and up to what he's saying, and I've taken some notes. But honestly, it was a slog getting through hall monitor lady, Kathy Bates. She just, again, if Binger became an older, crotchety woman, it would be this woman.
Trans woman.
Well, I don't know. She just annoyed the ever-living snot out of me because she was just like, so he wasn't armed? And I will say...
You don't have to be armed, by the way, in order to be
know.
causing a threat of great bodily harm or death. You do not need to be armed. And I hate
Well, then
when
she's like,
prosecutors
why
say that.
didn't you just let him take the car? Because his entire car was full of Walking Dead arsenal. I mean, he had like 15 knives, a baseball bat, a pickaxe, 2 other
Excited didn't
guns.
like Sean yesterday on my panel.
Uh,
I like Sean. Now Sean has his
Which one
opinions
is-
on that, and I
who
actually
is
want to do a
Sean?
stream with him. Sean, potentially
Sean.
criminal.
Oh, okay. I knew.
Um,
I
I
think I
say
saw a bit
Sean
of
like
that.
she knows.
yeah,
No,
I
I try to
want
know
to,
people.
I want to do a stream specifically about the Peterson case because he has a different opinion, and I want to know why. And you put 10 attorneys in a room, 10 attorneys will have a different opinion.
That's
but Sean
cool.
is
I'd like to be in on that
the
too.
nicest of guys, so I didn't find him rude.
Yeah, because
We were running out of time. Actually, he was trying to go, and I was like, "Oh, by the way, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I got to go to the airport."
I like other opinions like John Gary. I am, you know what? The next trial I do, I might do one more silly one and then go into, as I have not watched the Zachariah Anderson trial, I might watch it with fresh eyes and just see what I think. Because I know John Gary has pretty big opinions and everyone has opinions. I trust you guys, and you guys seem to track right with me as far as most of the time we seem to call balls and strikes the way, we all seem to do.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, but you don't want to be in an echo chamber. I like people with different opinions.
No, that's what I said. I said, John, he wanted to talk about it, yesterday, and I was like, I will do a stream. I promise y'all. I will.
Yeah,
I will watch the trial.
Potentially Criminal has a stream tonight. He does his usual Thursday night stream, and then with Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to try to do my trial, and then Nicholas has a stream. So
all
it
3
might
days
be
on YouTube.
What's that?
On YouTube.
Yes, it's going to be on YouTube.
Okay.
And I have certain moderators that are supposed to be eagle eye in the chat.
Okay.
What time? Hey,
anyways,
what time are you doing it?
I'm thinking like 8, 9 a.m. I'm not going to get through the whole thing because it's like 6 hours with commentary. It's going to be forever. But Nicholas is going at 2 p.m. So my plan is to go until his starts and then dump you guys all there. And then as far as we get.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, I'm probably going to do Chandler Alderson something this weekend, but
I liked the
try and do it
text.
around
I
you
thought
guys.
that was hilarious.
Yeah.
I am now fully convinced that Kat did it and framed our poor dear squishy boy Chandler.
Oh, poor boy.
Because he wants to smell pretty for
the other inmates.
I feel like I'm derailing this stream
either one
already.
of you want to amplify your objections right now, or we
God,
can
his
do it in the
voice.
morning later this afternoon when I have the full packet prepared.
I think it would be helpful to have the full packet in a minute.
Full packet.
So
for all
should I
the
tell
jury
the
instructions
come back
things.
at 9 tomorrow?
Oh,
So
that's no
then
fun.
8:30 tomorrow morning we can go through the whole packet.
But we'll have it done tonight.
I hope I will get it done.
If we could at least have the substantive.
Yes. Well,
Everyone derails the
I
stream.
just designated that with authority.
Cat is
Get
innocent.
into my dashboard to help me since my
Carol?
JA is gone. And
Have you seen the text messages they sent each other in prison? He wanted her to carry him up the stairs, like full on She-Hulk, and
With the twerking.
wanted her to send him like pretty smelling lotion for court, and then got pissed off when she, asked if he really loved her, and
Or
did the woman silent
Used all
treatment
his
thing.
stamps for someone else.
It just, for the love of
my
Cheetos.
former JA, who's going to come back and help me, has gotten a really bad health diagnosis, so she could not come back today. Off the record. She's got cancer right now.
Yeah, it was on my
I guess
channel.
I guess they went to silent for the. I'm just gonna make sure it wasn't like the court TV being special like they were the last time. Okay, so that is done.
I did try to look up Kat on social media to see if she's still single, but I couldn't find her.
So
What?
All right, so what
I
we
can fix
have
her.
next is 3 randomly selected but consecutive pages of the Letisha Stauch probable cause affidavit.
Mo, disregard my tweet. You don't have to look at it, just disregard it. It's meant to go to Chandler and Solomon.
Oh, well, that's good. I was like, I didn't do any of that, but
I like it a lot.
I was like, maybe I did it in my sleep. Become awesome.
What are we watching now?
So what we're doing is I really wanted to point out how very little they have in the Richard Allen case. So what I plan to do was take, since there are 32 pages in the Letisha Stauch probable cause affidavit, I wanted to take at least 3 to 10 consecutive pages of the Letisha Stauch affidavit and then read the Richard Allen affidavit, because I understand what people are saying, that they totally believe in his guilt, but the affidavit is just deplorable. So we're going to go Richard Allen first,
Okie doke.
because you'll see how, I mean, I don't know how people are reading this affidavit and coming up with something other than, you know, they have diddly squat, but that is just me.
Oh my god. Oh, disregard the tweet.
Again?
Again, yes.
Okay. I disregard everything. You have no idea.
David,
I barely regard myself.
I'm trying to do like 12 things right now.
All right. Full screen. Here we are. Why is that not changed over here? Oh, Lord.
Yeah, absolutely, Farrell. I'd bring Kat over to meet my parents.
Why?
Yeah, we
I'm
can
not.
have a barbecue.
Oh, for the love of all that is holy. All right. So I can't embiggen it.
Racist. Wait, no, never mind.
That's sizist, not racist.
Okay, I'm
Keep your
tired.
phobes
Sorry.
over here calling me
Wrongist.
things that I'm. Yeah, I am. I'm a fontist. I don't know why this isn't in Comic Sans. I can't believe them.
oh,
Bastard.
When
No,
I'm
it should
Empress
be
of
a-
the World,
Hmm.
I said, when I'm Empress of the World, everything will be in Comic Sans, except for the really ridiculous things, and those will be in Wingding.
What would David? What would a judge do if he wrote a motion like really silly font?
If you wrote them, so actually in the Michigan court rules, it's required that you have it in Times New Roman. And if
Really?
you were to file something not in Times New Roman, the judge would probably go off on you.
You'd have to write a 50-page paper with like 4 subsources, 3 sub-A sources, ABC calculations on the back.
Wait, what?
So this is,
Like you're in Young Thug's court with that judge.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I need those papers released. Farrell, I know you have all the free time, but if you happen to ever find those papers, dramatic readings all around.
I'd be so
Oh.
pissed off.
Although I've had some impropers that have filed stuff in crazy fonts.
Thank you.
Really?
Not Comic Sans, though.
Like you represented, or you were representing someone, and the other side was pro per.
Yeah,
I
the
would
other
say-
side was pro per. Like things would be filed in like, blue sans serif or something. They file stuff.
Oh,
in
for the
that.
love of goodness.
Daryl
Yeah.
Brooks.
Yeah, and it kind of looks, demented, crayon scratching kind of look.
I'm not pro se. I'm pro per.
Oh, that was the thing that she really pissed me off. So Lunch Lady officially pissed me off beyond all belief because she did the Daryl Brooks thing, where in the photo or in the still frame, you can't see anything like, well, in this video clip, did you see me run anyone over? In fact, I swerved away from the people. Completely forgetting there's like 5 hours of collective tape of him, plowing through a parade. But in this particular clip, he's innocent. Oh, Farrell's going to try. We're getting the papers. So this is the Richard Allen probable cause affidavit, and I will just start as well. No, that's a little too big. That's a little too embiggened. Okay. I'm not going to read the, heading preface because it's, probable cause, da 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 da, under Indiana State. Okay. Basically, that the hearsay statements of the witnesses contained herein are considered reliable and credible due to the witnesses' personal knowledge and or are corroborated by the totality of circumstances.
It's all hearsay. They're teeing up for hearsay.
Yeah, it gets even better. That on February 14th, 2017, victim 1 and victim 2 were found deceased in the woods approximately 0.2 miles northeast of the Monon High Bridge in Carroll County. Their bodies were located on the north side of Deer Creek. At the time, Monon High Bridge Trail was approximately 1 mile gravel trail terminating at the Monon High Bridge. The Monon High Bridge is an abandoned railroad trestle approximately 0.25 miles long spanning Deer Creek. Y'all, this looks like Murder Bridge out of the Hills Have Eyes. I will, in
Wait,
fact,
what bridge is this? Do you have an image?
I can pull one up.
What's the name of it?
It is the Monon High Bridge.
As soon as my computer says it wants to work.
Well, computers working is just somewhat not going to happen ever. All right, let me pull this down. Stop screen, present. I am just getting all the... Okay, so this is the bridge. This is a murder bridge.
Jesus H. Christ.
Yeah, this is kind of a rite of passage for kids in Delphi to do, people. You can see it's fairly narrow. So the custom is if one group is going one way, the other group, if they want to go another way, will wait for that particular group to be completely across before they start, because there's no way you're going to get two different side-by-side groups. There is a perfectly good, perfectly normal pedestrian and bicycle bridge, like 20 or 200 yards up yonder. But as you know,
Those are
kids
train
wanna...
tracks?
It's an old train bridge. So
Okay,
those
not
are...
used anymore?
No, not used anymore. So this is where Libby has kind of already done the rite of passage bridge cross several times. And she was taking a picture of Abby doing her first time across, and that's where they caught the man. So probably in the picture. So probably this weekend I will start with all of the suspect shenanigans because it goes insane. But let me... Approximately 0.7 miles northwest on the trail from the northeastern edge of the Monon High Bridge is the Freedom Bridge, which is the perfectly safe bridge, which is a pedestrian bridge spanning State Road 25. Approximately 350 feet west of the Freedom Bridge was a former railroad overpass over Old State 25, also known as County Road 300 North. The trail terminates just west of the former railroad overpass. The majority of the trail is a wooded area with a steep embankment on the south side of the trail. The entirety of the trail and the location of the girls' bodies were and are located in Carroll County. Through interviews, reviews of electronic records, review of the video at Hoosier Harvest Store, investigators believe that victim 1 and victim 2 were dropped off across from the Mears farm at 1:49 p.m. on February 13th, 2017 by redacted. We now know that that's the sister of Libby that dropped them off. The Mears farm is located on the north side of County Road 300 North near the entrance to the trails. A video from victim 2 phone shows that at 2:13 p.m., victim 1 and victim 2 encountered a male subject on the southeast portion of the Monon High Bridge. Yep. Oh, manslaughter for the other trial. I don't know. I don't know why they have the font in italics. It's Indiana. We are a strange people. Unless you're supposed to use italics as hearsay, and then I will forever say that you should use italics as sarcasm for text. But who is it? Elon Musk hasn't gotten back to me on that yet. Okay.
Yes, I saw feral habitual trial. I don't know what it is. I was just trying to type out a response. She's on another stream and yelling at me.
Well, that works. The male ordered the girls, guys down the hill. That's a quote, and that's the first thing we had heard. If you started out this trial from the beginning, was just guys, and then they added down the hill. About 5 years later, the girls then begin to proceed down the hill, and the video ends. A still photograph taken from the video and guys down the hill audio was subsequently released to the public to assist investigators in identifying the male.
Somebody asked why this was in italics.
I don't know.
Usually, if it's a statement of fact made by somebody, like an affidavit type thing within another document, sometimes you'll italicize it just to stand it out as this is the quote from the individual.
And a lot of this is going to be hearsay. You will laugh your collective bum off when you hear the physical evidence they have. Let's see. Victim 1 and Victim 2's deaths were ruled as homicide. Clothes were found in Deer Creek belonging to Victim 1 and Victim 2, south of where their bodies were located. There was also a .40 caliber unspent round less than 2 feet away from Victim 2's body, between Victim 1 and Victim 2's body. The round was unspent and had extraction marks on it. Interviews were conducted with 3 juveniles, so 3 girls, blank and blank. They advised they were on the Monon High Bridge Trail on February 13th, 2017. They advised they were walking on the trail toward Freedom Bridge to go home when they encountered a male walking from the Freedom Bridge toward Monon High Bridge. Redacted described the male as kind of creepy. Advised he was wearing like blue jeans and like a really light blue jacket, and his hair was gray, maybe a little brown. He didn't really show us his face. So this is the first witness account, and we've got blue jeans, light blue jacket. His hair was gray, a little brown. He didn't have any head covering on. She advised that the jacket was in a duck canvas, so kind of like a Carhartt. Blank advised she said hi to the male, but he just glared at them. She recalled him being in all black and having something covering his mouth. So you have 2 witnesses already, completely different clothing. And these girls were in a group together.
Oh.
She describes him as not very tall with a bigger build. She said he was not bigger than 5'10". Blank advised he was wearing a black hoodie, black jeans, and black boots. She stated he had his hands in his pockets. Blank showed investigators photographs she took on her phone while she was on the trail that day. The photographs included a photo of Monon High Bridge taken at 12:43 p.m. and another taken at 1:26 p.m. at the bench east of Freedom Bridge. Blank advised she took the photo of the bench and they started walking back toward Freedom Bridge. She advised that when they encountered the man who matched the description of the photograph taken from Victim 2's video, Blank described the man she encountered on the trail as wearing a blue or black windbreaker jacket. She advised the jacket had a collar and he had his hood up from the clothing underneath his jacket. She advised he was wearing baggy jeans and was taller than her. So you already have... Oh, I really need to include Dylan. Okay, well, I don't know Dylan. I can send... Okay. All right, how do I do that?
He's on Twitter.
I don't have...
He just finished up a stream. I don't know if he's able to come on.
Yeah.
You're going to do another stream down the road.
I can send you his Twitter.
Okay, thanks, Salvador. And then I'll drop him a link if he wants to do, closing
Jamie,
statement.
since we're talking about it, he wants a link to Mo's stream in his chat. And since you're...
I just did it.
Okay, since you have a wrench now, thanks to me.
I'm a genius when it comes to delegating work. Yes, You can tweet me with Twitters. You know I'm
Tweet at me.
all.
I don't know what tweeting at me is, but I hear it all the time.
I don't know. Do I slide into his DMs or am I
Ooh.
married and I'm just supposed to
You
walk
gonna slide
gently?
into Dylan's DMs?
My
Or my
dad says that all the time, so no.
I know all about sliding into DMs.
Because I said something one day and he goes, "Do I just slide into your DMs?" I was like, "Dad, don't say that
No,
to me."
don't say that.
And don't send me any pictures.
Yeah. he
Okay,
thinks
well
it's, like,
then I will
cool.
walk. I will walk jauntily into his DMs, and
Skip.
No, it doesn't matter
Skip.
at this point how you say it.
Yeah.
It's
I-
all
look-
has a connotation now.
you know, I don't know what these young kids say. So we already have 3 different accounts of what this man looks like. Okay, baggy jeans and taller than her. She advised her head came up to approximately his shoulder. She advised blank said hi to the man and he said nothing back. She stated he was walking with a purpose, like he knew where he was going.
This is supposedly the defendant.
This is supposedly the defendant. So we have 3 teenage girls who are in the same group. One has already said he's in all black with a balaclava almost on. One has said a Carhartt jacket. Another one has said a windbreaker. I mean, it gets worse. It gets worse. She advised she did not get a good look at his face, but believed him to be a white male. The girls advised after encountering the male, they continued their walk across Freedom Bridge to the old railroad bridge over Old State 25. Investigators spoke with Blank, who advised she was on the trails February 13th, 2017. Videos from Hoosier Harvest Store captured Blank vehicle traveling eastbound at 1:46 p.m. towards the entrance across from Mears Farm. Blank advised she saw 4 females, or juvenile females, walking on the bridge over Old State Road 25 as she was driving underneath on her way to park.
Didn't this defendant, though, the only reason he's like even came into the police's the police radar is because he said he tried to help. He was like, "Yeah, I was there. I saw them. I'm a witness. Like I saw them there at this time."
So so his defense team did a press release, and I think
Yeah, but if I'm remembering correctly, this is why you don't talk to the police people, even if you're just a witness, because now all of a sudden he put himself at the time, date, and location of potentially some murders, and the police have then charged him.
So the only thing that is physically tying him to this is that unspent 45 caliber shell.
Oh, so we're going to get his own statement as a witness trying to help a situation and some bullshit. Sorry, I keep swearing on your channel. Some BS.
Have you met me?
Tool marking.
Sometimes
evidence,
I don't.
Right?
Hey, Shelly.
Hi, guys.
Shelly. Hi. The other Shelly. The Shelly simp. We call it Jungmin and Shelly Tarbit.
Okay. She advised she walked to Monon High Bridge and observed a male walking from or matching the one from victim 2's video. She described the male she saw as a white male wearing blue jeans and a blue jacket. Here's where I'm worried that they showed these victims the footage they had and they shaped their recollections around that.
I'm sure.
No, it sounds completely plausible.
She advised he was standing on the first platform of the Monon High Bridge, approximately 50 feet from her. If you guys remember from the picture, there's kind of little side platforms. Again, you wouldn't get me there from like with money and all the chocolate in the world. Maybe if you told me I could be skinny forever and eat cheesecake, but I don't know.
Did you wear on that bridge?
Yeah. I'm going to
walked
go
that bridge.
up
That bridge is
to
amazing.
Delphi. I am definitely going up to Delphi and I will take pictures around the bridge, but I'm not going there. Yeah, I don't know that they did. I just have a sneaking suspicion that it's going to be very... Hi,
you know, what's
guys.
interesting in Baker's stream, the one case in Denmark where the only allegation they have or the only evidence they have is the guy's confession. part of the state's case was, well, he knew things that no one would know except for the murderer, except the fact that they showed him some photos that they forgot they showed him. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that can really screw up one way or the other your case.
It's yeah. Let's see. She advised he was standing on the first platform of the Monon High Bridge, approximately 50 feet from her. She advised she turned around at the bridge end and continued her walk. She advised approximately halfway between the bridge and the parking area across from Mears Farm, she passed two girls walking toward the Monon High Bridge. X'd out, chat. She advised she believed the girls were victim 1 and victim 2. Video from Hoosier Harvest Store shows that at 1:49 p.m., a white car matching her vehicle traveled away from the entrance across from Mears Farm. Blank advised she finished her walk and saw no other adults other than the man on the bridge. Her vehicle is seen on Hoosier Harvest Store video at 2:14, leaving westbound from the trails. Blank advised she was leaving noted a vehicle parked in an odd manner at the old Child Protective Services building. She said it was not odd for vehicles to be parked there, but she noticed it was odd because in the manner it was parked. I guess it was parked. He backed in. And as a woman, I'm just amazed at people that can back in too. So
my wife is home. I promised her an evening. So I'm going to jump off.
Loser.
Yeah, I know. You guys sitting
Dang,
there by
normal
yourselves.
people.
I'm going to go spend my time with my wife. Speaking of, Dylan, I think Mo wants to slide into your DMs, she said.
She
But keep an eye out for that.
does.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know what the normal kids say. I don't know what people say. Y'all, if
Well,
it's
you guys,
not a reference to Kung
this
Fu
is an-
Panda, I don't know it.
This is an interesting case, though. I want to keep following this, but I got to jump off. You all have a good
Okay.
evening.
Okay.
Bye.
Hi, Dave.
Bye.
Okay, so we are at the part where investigators received a tip from Blank in which he stated he was on his way to Delphi on State Road 25 around 2:10 p.m. on February 13th, 2017. He observed a purple PT Cruiser, keep that in your head,
Jesus.
or a small SUV type vehicle parked on the south side of the old CPS building. He stated it appeared as though it was backed in as to conceal the license plates on the vehicle. Blank both drew diagrams of where they said the vehicle was parked, and their diagrams generally matched as to the area the vehicle was parked and the manner in which it was parked.
Generally.
Blank advised he remembered seeing a smaller dark-colored car parked at the old CPS building. He described it as being possibly a smart car. Blank vehicle is seen leaving at 2:28 p.m. on Hoosier Harvest Store video. Investigators spoke with Blank, who also stated she was traveling east on 300 North on February 13th, 2022, and observed a male. So this is a typo. It's not 2022. It's 2017. Well, there you go.
Every day.
Because they want to A, find a dead body, or B, be unalived. People are weird. Look, this is why I gave up jogging, partially because I was bad at it, but mostly because I never wanted to find a dead body.
I just always got injured. I'd go like half a mile and have huge muscle tears. And
Okay, so here's the big ridiculous part to me. Investigators spoke with Blank, who stated she was traveling east on 300 North on February 13th, 2017, and she observed a male subject walking west on the north side of 300 North, away from the Monon High Bridge. Blank advised that the male subject was wearing a blue-colored jacket and blue jeans and was muddy and bloody. Y'all,
muddy
if
and
any one of us true crimers are passing by there, we are slowing down. We are taking a picture. We have his license plate in our doggone photo, thing, because we will be right there saying, like, ma'am, I got him. Y'all don't even need to investigate or policerate. We got him. Okay, well, that is just
My dad once found a dead body in Washington, D.C. back when the murder rate was like sky high. He was drunk. Friends like bumped into a trash can in an alley, and trash can fell over. Body came out.
well, I mean, it's better than a T-shirt. Like I went to Washington and all I got was this stupid T-shirt. Now you're like, I went to Washington and I got trauma.
Oh yeah. He also told me a story about how he was an electrical contractor and or working, trying to like sell equipment, but the company he worked for had a contract with the Pentagon, so he had security clearance, and like a Russian or Soviet Union guy tried to talk to him,
Oh
and
wow.
the FBI started following him for months.
Farrell, there are bridges too far that Photoshop just should not be.
Me
You
too.
know,
When I drink,
all right,
Stop
let's.
it.
Okay, but I'm just saying, us true crimers would have all of the photos, like screenshots. Here we are. We pinged our well, okay, not me, but other true crimers would have pinged their location and everything for the doggone police. We'd be like, we have plastic baggies. He dropped a cigarette.
we'd be
We
like
are ready
Kat
for it.
and being interrogated,
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
given every picture she had over.
Yeah.
I just don't want
let's
you to
see.
look at my butthole. That was her concern about sharing her phone data.
I totally get you, and I will. Apparently, that's the wrong thing to say, but it has now become lore, and you can't fight lore.
Have a good night, Dylan.
Good night.
I have the perfect GIF for that.
So
Put
let's
it
see.
in the Discord.
She further stated it appeared he had gotten into a fight. He got into a fight in the middle of the woods. Delphi has 2,200 people, according to the 2020 uh, census, or maybe it was the 2010 census. Look, the town ain't grown that much. But you see a guy coming out. Also, what makes this case fishy to me is he did not. The guy in the recording was recorded on a baked potato. But if this particular gentleman who worked as a manager in the CVS was constantly talking to people, they played that like ad nauseum.
Jesus, have fun.
So I'm really
Jeez.
yikes.
Well, that beats my stories.
I just had
Wow.
a raging crush on Alex Trebek. I mean, that
I
was
thought you were going to say Alex Jones.
no. No, Alex Trebek because he had all the answers to Jeopardy, and I thought that was really attractive for some reason when I was 11.
Alex
That
Jones
was a
has all the
strange
answers
kid.
too, including how they turn the freaking frogs gay.
Okay, let's see here. She further stated he had gotten into a fight. Investigators were able to determine from watching the video at Hoosier Harvest Store that Blank was traveling on County Road 300 North at approximately 3:57 p.m. Through interviews, electronic data, photographs, and video from Hoosier Harvest Store, investigators determined that there were other people on the trail that day after 2:13. Those people were interviewed, and none of those individuals encountered the male referenced above, witnessed by the juvenile girls and blank and blank. Further, none of those individuals witnessed victim 1 or 2. Now, this is what we have as far as eyewitnesses and video recording. As far as we know, just like in Letisha Stauch, when they had the probable cause affidavit, they had put that in prior to finding the body. So it was just linked in like we found a lot of blood. Typically, a small boy could not survive with this blood loss, things like that. I don't know. I don't know the computering. I have wrenches for this. It's the only way I operate. Okay, so investigators reviewing prior tips. This tip remained in a file folder somewhere for 5 years.
As makes sense.
As yeah. Tip narrative from an officer who interviewed Richard M. Allen, 2017. The narrative stated, Mr. Allen was on the trail between 1330, so 1:30 and 3:30. He parked at the old Farm Bureau building and walked to the new Freedom Bridge. So again, don't talk to the cops to help unless you have a lawyer with you, because he now placed himself at the time of the crime, at the scene of the crime, and parked at a building that wasn't the Mears farm. So I have no idea. I'm sort of following chat, but not really. Well, it's hard to read in chat and read.
Yeah.
I can only read 2 things at once, or 1 thing at once. He walked to New Freedom Bridge. While at the Freedom Bridge, he saw 3 females. He noted one was taller, had brown or black hair. He did not remember description, nor did he speak with them. He walked from the Freedom Bridge to the High Bridge. He did not see anybody, though he stated he was watching a stock ticker on his phone as he walked. He stated there were vehicles parked at the High Bridge trail head, but however did not pay attention to them. He didn't take any photos or videos. Now I am not sure what they might have pulled off of his phone. Like I said, they may have all of the things to tie him to this stuff. I could be proven completely wrong, and I really do hope that I am. I hope that this guy is concretely tied to them so that the parents and families can get the justice that they want and need. What I'm worried about is that they are tying this to someone and they have no evidence, and it is going to be an acquittal. And then everyone who isn't paying attention to this is going to lose faith in the system.
Yeah. And it's gonna be another like Rittenhouse situation when there was no
Yeah.
evidence, but they still to this day call him a murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Blank wasn't not at, so this one, it kind of jumps a little bit. Was not at the
You're
Farm
back.
Bureau building, nor in the area, nor had even been there. The investigator believed the females he saw included blank and blank due to the time they were leaving the trail and the time he reported getting to the trail, and the descriptions the 3 females gave. Again, the 3 females gave 3 different descriptions, all in black, blue windbreaker, and then a Carhartt jacket. Now, it is entirely possible that should this be a cunning sort of person, that he had many layers on and he, switched the jackets around or anything else. Let's see. Investigators discovered that Richard Allen owned 2 vehicles in 2017, a 2016 black Ford Focus and a 2006 gray Ford 500. Investigators observed that a vehicle that resembled Allen's 2016 Ford Focus was on the Hoosier Harvest Store video at 2:27 p.m. traveling westbound on CR 30 North in front of the Hoosier Harvest Store, which coincided with his statement that he arrived around 1:30 p.m. at the trails. Investigators note witnesses described the vehicle parked at the former Child Protective Services building as a PT Cruiser, a small SUV, or smart car. Investigators believe those descriptions are similar in nature to a 2016 Ford Focus. Purple PT Cruiser, small SUV, smart car, Ford Focus. I don't know.
Yeah.
On October 13th, 2022, Richard Allen was interviewed again by investigators. He advised he was on the trails February 13th, 2017. He stated he saw juvenile girls on the trail east from Freedom Bridge and that he went onto the Monon High Bridge. The Ford Focus, let me go back because I think it was black. It was black. Yeah, I am. Richard Allen further stated he went out on the Monon High Bridge to watch the fish. Later in his statement, he said he walked out to the first platform on the bridge. He stated he then walked back, sat on a bench on the trail, then left. He stated he parked his car on the side of an old building. He told investigators that he was wearing blue jeans and a blue or black Carhartt jacket with a hood. He advised he may have been wearing some type of head covering as well. He further claimed he saw no one except the juvenile girls he saw on the East Freedom Bridge. He told investigators that he owns firearms and they are at his house. Richard M. Allen's wife, Kathy Allen, also spoke to investigators. She confirmed that Richard did have guns and knives at the residence. She also stated Richard still owns a blue Carhartt jacket. No, it was black. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. On October 13th, 2022, investigators executed a search warrant for Richard Allen's residence. I'm not going to dox him. I mean, other people already know, but y'all, but his wife and I'm sure his daughter are getting all sorts of the crap, and I'm not going to add to it. Among other items, officers located jackets, boots, knives, and firearms, including a Sig Sauer Model P226 40 caliber pistol with a serial number of this serial number. Between October 14th, 2022 and October 19th, 2022, the Indiana State Police Laboratory performed an analysis on Allen's Sig Sauer Model P226. The laboratory performed a physical examination and classification of firearm function test. Basically, they said that his bullet matched the bullet that they found. Now, in the background, I can hear Nicholas screaming, "Junk science." But this is the common link. And like I said, you guys, I am hoping that they have more. I am severely hoping that they do. Because I want them to have found the person, but I am not confident with what we have so far.
Yeah, I can't wait for the evidence.
Okay. Richard Allen voluntarily came to the Indiana State Police Post October 26, 2022. He did not have a lawyer. At his first hearing, they still hadn't assigned him a lawyer. So he was like, I don't know what to do. I don't have a lawyer. Let's see. He spoke with investigators and stated he never allowed anyone to use or borrow the Sig Sauer Model P226 firearm. When asked about the unspent bullet, he did not have an explanation of why the bullet was found between the bodies of Victim 1 and Victim 2. He again admitted he was on the trail but denied knowing Victim 1 or Victim 2 and denied involvement in their murders. Carroll County's Sheriff Department Detective Blank has been a part of the investigation since it started in 2017. He's had the opportunity to review and examine evidence gathered in this investigation. Now, here's the problem with this. There were some shenanigans that went on with the Carroll County election for sheriff. And there is a lawsuit from one of the former employees that stated because he didn't back the incoming newly elected sheriff and didn't back up how they were running this investigation, he was subject to hostile work environment and released from, given a pretty big demotion. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but it clearly shows some potential shenanigans going on right now. Let's see. Detective Blank, along with other investigators, believe evidence gathered shows that Richard Allen is the male subject seen on the video from victim 2's phone who forced the victims down the hill. Further, the victims that were forced down the hill by Richard Allen and led to the location where they were murdered. Through statements and photographs of juvenile females and the statements of Blank and Blank were at the southeastern edge of the trail at 12:43 p.m. east of Freedom Bridge at 1:26 p.m. and walked across the former railroad overpass over Old State 25 after 1:26 p.m. and before 1:46 p.m. They walked the entirety of the trail and only observed one person, an adult male. I know, they're so cute.
Thank you.
Compliment your eye color.
My eye color?
Yeah,
Oh. I
I
didn't
say that
realize.
about everything.
So I'm not special.
No, you are. Very special.
Okay. So it is, it goes on to, they don't have any concrete anything. The vehicle is seen on the Hoosier Harvest Store video 1:46 p.m. and leaving at 2:14 p.m. Now, maybe it's like the case that we are currently watching, the Wild Bill case, where, you know, things can happen fairly quickly. But I would think subduing 2 young girls, making them go down a hill, across a creek, and do whatever you want to do with them is gonna take a little bit longer than approximately 30 minutes. But I could be wrong. Describe the male in similar manners, wearing similar clothing, leading the investigator to believe all 4 saw the same male individual. But they didn't. They all described different clothing. I mean, one said they were bloody. It's a little hard to follow because a lot of the things are redacted, so you don't know who's saying what, but this is smelling all the fishies to me. Not to mention at the first, Sal can tell you at the first press conference, they basically told every woman to be on the lookout for their husbands to either call them, not call them, shave their beard, not shave their beard, you know, act upset, act not upset. I mean, it was
Breathing oxygen.
Yeah, it was kind of like that. Investigators believe Richard Allen was the man seen by Blank and Blank and the male seen in victim 2's video. Richard Allen told investigators he was on the trail from 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. and that day. Video from Hoosier Harvest Store shows a vehicle that matches Richard Allen's vehicle passed at 2:27 p.m. toward the former CPS building. They don't have any video of him parking at the old CPS building.
Oh, hello.
That's what
Who's a
they're
good
trying to
kitty?
say.
Aw.
Through his own admissions, Richard Allen walked the trails and eventually hiked to the Monon High Bridge and walked out on the Monon High Bridge. A male suspect matching Richard Allen's description was not seen on the trail after 2:13 p.m. Investigators identified other individuals on the trail or County Road 300 North between 2:30 and 4:11. None of these individuals saw a male subject. Matching the description of Richard Allen on the trail. Furthermore, Richard Allen stated he only saw 3 girls on the trail, who investigators believe to be all those girls. Investigators believe Richard Allen was not seen on the trail after 2:13 because he was in the woods with victim 1 and victim 2. An unspent .40 caliber round between the bodies of victim 1 and victim 2 was forensically determined to have been cycled through Richard Allen's Sig Sauer Model 2 or P226. Now here's the skinny on this. the court is going to decide, but the defense is trying to put up a motion in limine because they are calling into question the science that was used to connect the bullet to Richard's gun. So I believe that the state is supposed to rule on that pretty soon. But if that goes away, if they don't have other stuff, I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Because the defense is pretty dogged. They were actually really they're doing a Scott Baio. They are being fully prepared and going up to bat for their client, which I like to see. The Sig Sauer model P226 was found in Richard's residence, and he admitted to owning it. Investigators were able to determine he's owned it since 2001. Richard Allen stated that he had not been on the property where the unspent round was found, that he had not know the property owner, and had no explanation for why the round cycled through his firearm. It's so that's basically it for the probable cause affidavit. You have
It was in unspent shell casing?
Yeah. So
How would
according
they
to
match that?
That's what I'm telling you guys. This is what's in the probable cause affidavit. There's, as I've said, the old scuttlebutt around the water cooler for defense attorneys here in Indiana is that they are shocked that this is going to trial with this particular lack of evidence.
That's messed up. Junior, do you need help?
Well, so
It's okay, sweetie. Let me help you.
from what I've heard, and I don't know if anything is leaked, and there are some videos that claim that they have leaked, information. I'm not clicking on those. That seems tawdry and gross, and I do not want to be a party to if this is a real case.
Sure.
To have that, in any way affect that, because it just seems wrong. But from what I have heard, it was a stabbing death.
So then why is the gun even mentioned?
Because I think that so this is I'm going to go ahead and put on my tinfoil hat.
There you go.
Because it's loud.
And proud.
All right, here is my conspiracy hat. What I think is that this is a serial thing. I think that the act of subduing two girls, having known about this trail, Indiana is kind of the crossroads of a lot of different major highways, freeways, that kind of thing. So you could have sort of the Memphis 3, the West Memphis 3, where I believe that a trucker or something kind of like that, or Israel Keys, where he used to, stake out locations, have different murder buckets everywhere. So that's what I think. I think this would not be an initial attack for anyone. So if Richard Allen did this, I don't think you would start your murdering with two victims that you would have to subdue, not know. It's a very high risk crime. I mean, you're doing this in broad daylight with a trail where you can't control if some weirdo's going to be running outside for some reason, like a weirdo.
An experienced person, I mean, he's older, so he would have had to have done it before, most likely. It's not.
Well, yeah, that's my.
I forgot the point I was trying to make. It was really good, but I forgot.
It just Israel Keys did it. If you want to look up a crazy smart, but I'm glad I never ran into the man.
Yeah,
he's one that will haunt you. But that's kind of my take on that. And I realized we are not so much in the shenanigans, but That's where I get my opinion that I am worried that this is not a real case.
Yeah.
But
Damn you. Stop.
now I will say that it has come out that the it's a real case when the prosecution comes out and says that prison snitches have caught him
Yeah.
confessing multitudes of time.
Of
Seriously.
course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the guy's out of his mind right now. I mean, honestly,
He's on a hunger strike. I mean, he's lost a considerable amount of weight.
he's been in solitary 23 hours a day. You go mad quickly.
Yeah. So, and the fact that he's got, it doesn't make sense. The investigation has been full shenanigans since the beginning. I will be going over this weekend, or probably making my next video on all the different suspect shenanigans, because first person that kind of came under suspicion was the owner of that particular property. Now, granted, Gentleman wasn't the most reliable narrator. Is it Munch? I don't know. Did I miss something?
My point was,
She didn't
if
watch the
you're-
Zachary trial. So she doesn't get the.
No, I haven't watched it yet. I'm going to watch it.
if you're a accomplished serial killer, you've killed a bunch of people before, you're not going to go to the police and be like, hey, I was in the area. I have information, maybe.
Yeah, and the fact that they found this after they lost this after so many years, it's all a little. I am not saying that people are getting close to retirement and they want to finish this case out, but I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be all the people in orange. Okay,
Always.
so what we were looking at was the probable cause affidavit for Richard Allen. Richard Allen is the suspect in the Delphi murder cases. Delphi is a very small town. No, I don't think it was faked. I'm just saying from the probable cause affidavit, I don't see a lot of concrete evidence. Now, the probable cause affidavit doesn't have to tell you exactly what the defense or the investigative team has, but it has to show enough that you can get a warrant to go. No, I think the girls were real.
No, they were, brutally murdered.
Yeah, no, I want Richard Allen to be the guy. I really do. What I'm worried about is, having looked at cases as a layperson, I don't see as much evidence as they're claiming. No, I believe what I'm saying is, from an evidentiary point of view and from a case point of view, this seems like very, very feeble evidence to me. So it's just a counter opinion. I know a lot of people have already, put him guilty, but having just read the thing, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
Well, he shouldn't be guilty until we see what they have in court. So
Yeah, and they're fighting him going back to the local jail because he's having a lot of mental issues,
Is he
being
in
in
prison?
solitary. I believe he's in the state prison right now.
What?
Yeah, in full confinement, full solitary, on suicide watch. If you watched, I will be probably redoing and doing a little recap. No, I think the actual case happened. It's just, I don't know that he's the suspect. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, Farrell. That made it much more sense than the 900 words I said. But I think I am going to end it here because I have been on stream for all day. And
She has.
yeah, well, and I had to deal with lunch lady.
And kids.
No, yeah. I mean, everyone is totally allowed. I am sure that, hopefully, maybe there is more stuff out there. I am just saying from kind of a casual observer. So I want to be able to go look at it with fresh eyes, since I'm not super close to it. like I said, y'all, I hope it's him. I hope they, if they've got all the evidence, they can take a monster off the street.
Yeah. You
It's
just have to
just,
prove it and have the evidence.
yeah, it's just not. Look, I'm not here to change people's mind. I'm here to tell you how I see it. If you
Yeah.
agree or disagree, it's the internet. You can just like flip the channel and there's 100 other people that will totally disagree or agree with you there. But I am going to leave it there for tonight. I am shenanigan out. We go
Okay.
to bed, and then we will be up bright and early, I guess, tomorrow looking at jury instructions and possibly the
Ooh.
closing statements
Arguments.
for Wild Bill, arguments for Wild Bill Zelensky, and then we'll be on verdict watch. And then I will be crying hysterically when he's found not guilty. No, I'm
I
just
hope
kidding.
so.
And then Sal's gonna.
I need to. I don't know. I don't know how to search for contact information, but I'm gonna have to find it.
Maybe David can help you figure out how to
Yeah.
ask the court for it if they do it. Or, I mean, maybe is he out on bond?
He is.
Okay, then maybe he
Yeah.
has social media.
That's true. Yeah, he's an ankle monitor, so he doesn't run.
I'm not. No, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Well, I'm glad you guys were
Let
here
me
to
know,
listen
Phil.
to this, and you guys. It's nice to have kind of a balance where people are like, I still think, and then, the other way. I like that. So I will see you all tomorrow. We will have to deal with lunch lady Linda doing the daggone closing. If you guys would like to grift, I can, Sal, throw it to you.
Yeah, just follow me on YouTube at Dolly Talk or on Twitter at Babu the Aussie Cat.
And then Jamie is just our resident helpful sidekick. Awesome Girl Friday.
Awesome person.
Yes.
Just
And
hang
then
out.
let's see. For me, so guys, I'm going to be trying to do my first Rumble video.
Ooh.
But there is a documentary involving Child Protective Services and the nerve condition that I suffer from.
Mm.
And I believe I haven't heard much more than that. So it's on Netflix. So I'm going to watch it, take notes, and kind of respond to it to see if it accurately kind of shows what people go
Yeah.
through with this, or if it's kind of, like sister wives.
It'd be interesting.
All right. So I will see you guys later. Have a good night. Have fun.
Bye.
Eat all the carbs if you can,
Ooh.
because they're beautiful.
I'll eat them
and I
for you.
miss them. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.